We are back again, everybody, and still having some great fun here at the Kain 2024 Clients and Friends Workshop in lovely Lexington, Kentucky. And look at who we got, everybody. We got ourselves a Kain right now. We got Bob Kain inside of the brew station, and we're having some fun. Welcome to the party, Bob.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the party.
You guys are outrageous.
Well, we love what we do, and we love the people that we do it with. You know, in this industry, we found that there's a lot of great people. You know, sometimes you think, man, are we the only store trying to do it right? When you go out and actually talk to people, you find out there's a lot of stores that want to do it right. It's just that they need help to be able to figure out what is the right process and what is the right way and methods and stuff. And we all have room for improvement. So we're looking forward. But when you come to an event like your brother's event here, amazing event.
It is.
For one, I consider your brother, David, to be the gentleman of automotive. There's something special about even his laugh. He brings something. He brings something that makes people want to be part of it. And when there's vendors here, you believe that that vendor, even if you've never met it, is the right vendor to have a conversation with, not somebody that's going to try to bring you that snake oil, as they call it, right? So I love being here, and I love the tradition, and I love the legacy of the Kain name. So it's amazing to have you on the show today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Fred. You know, we started back in 1959. My father, he worked on a dairy farm, and he did not really like milking cows. And so during one of his summers at the University of Kentucky, he asked his father, he said, "Dad, would it be okay if I sold cars this summer? I don't think I'm going to really milk cows for the rest of my life." And he said, "Well, go ahead, Jack. You do that. I'm not sure you're going to like it. I don't think it's your thing, but go ahead and do it." He did it. He absolutely loved it. And here we are 65 years later, and it's been a great ride. And he had the foresight to start our business, and he did it based upon honesty, principles, taking care of customers. And it's just been, and David was part of our store for many years till he branched out on his own to start his company. And I like what you said about the vendors and the speakers here. They're an upper echelon. You know, if you talk to them, they're going to direct you in the right manner. They're going to take care of you, and that's what I like about his conferences.
And that's perfect.
When you say upper echelon, it's not the upper echelon of those that feel like they're not there with the lowly or connected to those that are actually doing the work. It's the upper echelon of honor and grace that people have, and purity that we have in doing what it is that we do. People that truly care, not just for the clients that we connect together and we sit and break bread with, but for the actual customer that we're doing this with, for the reputation that automotive has in general, right? We are somewhat still of a small family, even though this might be more of an intimate event. There's still powerhouses. There's billions of dollars moving and shaking amongst the companies inside of these rooms right here, right now. And in the industry, but for the most part, it's kind of still a tight-knit community. The reason why everybody knows that if you're going to be at a Kain event, if you're invited to a Kain event, be at the Kain event, because your name means so much to the industry, because this industry isn't really that big, but there are the smaller minority of people that really take this to heart rather than to the pocketbook.
That's right.
And that's how you all have made your staple here in Kentucky, and we absolutely love that. We honor that.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's been a great ride. I've been in this crazy business for 37 years. Who would have thought? I was going to go into the FBI, and I said to my dad, I said, "Would you mind if I sell cars for about 6 months or whatever till I get my gig going with the FBI?" And he goes, "Sure, Bob, come along." But he said, "You're going to have to learn the business from the very beginning. You're going to have to start out in the wash bay. You're going to have to move to sales and so forth." And that's exactly what happened.
All right.
It's been a cool ride.
They send you on an investigation. I need you to investigate every single job, right? As you come on.
So as soon as I hear from the FBI, they got my
ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
I love that. I love that tradition, and I love the story about your father. Milking cows to selling cars to opening his store to bringing his family in and allowing them to have an opportunity to grow, to progress, not to retrogression, right? And that's the biggest thing that we want to make sure that we don't do. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward in life, and we want our children, our legacies, to do the same thing. And boy, you and your brother have honored him in two different ways, and I love that. You both worked in the store, but both went different directions, but yet still honor that Kain name. so beautifully. I know your father's so super proud of both you all and your whole family. You have a beautiful family. I've met a lot of people
Thank
in
you.
it, and everyone that I've met has been very impactful in their energy towards me. So I always appreciate the Kain name and the Kain family tradition. So it's a beautiful thing to see happening here in Kentucky.
Thank
It's my home
you.
state. Let's
Yes.
go.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. Yeah.
And so we've been having conversations with everybody that we can sit down for a cup of coffee and a conversation. And just a moment ago, we had from Four Eyes, David has been on here, and he's actually about to be on stage here in a moment. But he pointed something out that we've tried to point out before, and we love not being the ones that have to be the ones bringing the bad news, I guess. But you've seen things. You've been around for a while. He made the point that, you know, we've added all these technologies and we've put all these cool things in front of salespeople and managers and so on and so forth. But the averages for salespeople haven't changed much. And I know that you get to see that. You guys are very progressive in your thought pattern and dealing with all of the changes that come with automotive and still motivating people to go get after it, right? Go enjoy what it is you do.
Yeah.
But why is it that you think that some of the actual numbers, like across the national averages, hasn't really adjusted much when there has been so much technology added to us to take us to the next level?
Right. Well, I think it's training. We are very proud. Our average sales consultant sells 15 cars a month.
That's right.
And we
That's
train
Mhm.
every single day with
That's
them.
right.
Our morning meetings, we go into every granular report that we can get
Mhm.
to provide them to get ready for their day. But we pour into them to make them really good at their craft, make them love their craft, make
Mhm.
them own our business. We want them to be statesmen for our dealership when they go out in public, and every single one of them wear the exact same shirt every
Mhm.
single day. They go to a restaurant, they are representing Jack Kain Ford, and we want them to do it with that most sincerity, honesty. We want them to represent us well. So we got to prepare them to do that. And if we don't, shame on us. We're going to get the 8 to 10 car guy.
Right.
So we really pour into
So,
them.
so
when
what
it
I'm hearing
comes
is
to
that
training.
you do pour in, you invest inside of your people, right? Your people produce more because you invest in them. And that's nearly double the national average that you're getting out of your people because they're invested in, and the priority of training. The very first word he said was training, everybody. Put that in your cup, sip on that a little bit, because it's something that I believe that our industry, because it's not really mandated on us. Like you're not forced to go to this amount of hours to maintain your certification as a salesperson.
That's
Maybe
right.
as a Ford person, you got to handle your certifications, and a lot of times it's checking of the block and going from there. But with our industry, training isn't something that people do prioritize, and that was a shift that happened for some of the organizations we were with when we were working in the stores. That when we said no, these hours are going to be specifically for training, for optimizing our people. We understand car deals may happen in between there, but this has to be important. Otherwise, we're just reactive to our day.
Right.
And inside of that, how do you set up your training for your stores? How do you make sure that that everybody recognizes it's a priority, and to make sure that it gets fused into your day?
It has to be a plan, and every single week you've got a plan. It's got to be Monday, we're going to do this, Tuesday, this. My general sales manager does an amazing job in our meetings every single morning, setting the day, making sure that the plan we do require, a certain amount of contacts by video, certain amount of videos, social media posts, phone calls, etc. And the next morning we look at see where they performed the day before, and we look at a lot of different metrics that it creates the result from what we're looking at. And so
Right.
they know in our staff, we do not hire anybody with experience.
Love
we
it.
only want the
I need a high
guys.
five on that one.
we want
pretty awesome.
we want the guys with great personalities,
Mhm.
outgoing, that they care about people. If they don't have a big smile on their face when they come in and show a great amount of personality in the
Mhm.
interview, we're not going to hire them. So we know we can train those guys to do what we need to do to
Mhm.
take care of our customers. So that's extremely important is the hiring. Our average sales consultant is 25 years old.
Hey.
And a lot of them, it's 45 plus. We want the energy. We want the young guys with the, hey, let's go get them, Faust,
Mhm.
and
I love it.
let's take great care of the customer. And they're ingrained in our community too. Almost every single one of them graduated at the county high school.
Hey,
Wow.
so they're
And it-
ingrained in the culture here. I
that's
mean, yeah.
right. They've got a
The-
bond with each other. They've got a
Mhm.
bond with the community. When they post on Facebook, they've got a lot of friends that are saying, "Hey,
stuff.
go get them, man! I'm proud
Heck
of you.
yeah.
I'm so happy you sold 20 cars last month."
Mhm.
That
That's
is what I'm
awesome.
talking
That's awesome.
about. And
Yeah.
I love that type of culture. What I love is
That's
that,
awesome.
it all starts with being uniform, right? We all put over our hearts what we represent, right? And we go into the community, we do that. We get trained daily. We are loved on, and we are part of something. Reminds me of when we were in the military, Lou, and how proud we were to put that. I was U.S. Air Force. I was proud to have that U.S. Air Force on my chest.
That's Marine Corps.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Hoorah.
yeah,
How about you?
Army.
Army. That's
Army. We got
awesome.
Air Force, Marines,
So,
and Air
oh,
Force
we're
all right
missing
here.
one, the Navy. I think we actually have a Navy.
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there
Navy's
there.
right over there.
We got Eliana. she's
Eliana from the
so
Navy. That'd be all for. We got to get a picture of us before we get out of here.
But it's a beautiful thing. But just having that type of pride in what you do, it gets down to everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything, right?
Yeah.
And when you can have that type of culture where every little thing, it's not perfect, but we're doing our best to be better every day, right?
That's
We're doing
right.
our best to make sure you're better every day, and we're going to just keep encouraging you to be the best. And I love that you find people without that bad habit experience, right? Of the way people sell cars at other dealerships, and a lot of times it's not necessarily the way that we want our culture to feel. I want honest people that care about the people that are in front of them, not about how much money they can make in front of them. Money will come. You give people excellent service, they want to pay more, to the point they're like, how many cars you sell? Did you make good money? I've loved it when a customer would ask me or one of my salespeople, I hope you made really good money. Did you? And you're like, I did all right. Thank you for that. Because they want you to.
That's
if
right.
you give them
Yeah.
that experience. Or it's just a transaction and they'll go to the next dealership the next time they need a car.
That's true. And you got to let them know you care about them too.
Yes.
If they've
Oh,
got
gosh.
issues at home, you should know what's going on in their home life and say, hey, Nick, come on in, man. Tell me what's going on.
Mhm.
How can I help you get through this? Because if you're not having a good home life, you're not
It's
going to have a
going
good
in.
work life. That's
Yep.
for sure. It's gonna bleed over. So
Amen.
caring about them, and they got to know that you care about them.
Right.
You can just say something, but you got to do it.
Yeah, and that is a pivotal piece of the culture that has to be injected there. Of course, training in the application of it's one thing, but when you're being trained by somebody that cares about you, you listen to them like a
Yeah.
good coach, like a good parent, right? You're actually more, again, back to the invested in. You feel more invested in, and you invest back. People invest in what they feel invested in, right?
Right.
And if they feel like they're receiving something of it, they're connected to it. It's not just the brand of somebody else on the building or on our chest. It's us. It's
Yeah.
ours. This is our team. This is our company. This is our fight together.
That's right.
And that helps you to truly galvanize them into a place where excellence is what they are expecting of not just themselves but each other, even in
Yep.
correction, even in the new application of new things, because maintaining a great average in sales is awesome, especially when things change. If the markets change and you can still maintain yours, then you're a proven professional inside of this industry, instead of being so reactive as many dealerships around the country are. They're very, very reactive to the moment, to the right now, and they kind of get it honestly, but you get excellence in the way to really do things pretty honestly. I mean, you've had it kind of shown to you before, had the right people to learn
Absolutely.
from. What is it like being able to have the mentors that you've had, and why is it so important that people in this business actually do grab a hold of somebody to really pour into them or cut on them? Because your brother's cut on us a couple of times and it feels so good.
It does.
Right? It's like when he
I don't
gets
mind
on
it
us
when
and
he
he
does.
corrects us, it's like, thank you for that. Wow.
I needed
I
that.
did need that.
I need that,
right?
David. You're right.
Kind of the velvet hammer.
Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It's the
isn't that
softest velvet ever you can imagine.
Well, the wisdom that I have received from my
Mhm.
father and my brothers that have grown up in the business before me is invaluable.
Mhm.
They've got they know so much more than I probably ever know. But I keep striving to get that knowledge because I know one day that I'll get to where I need to be is a manager, is the leader of the dealership. I've been the general manager now for 25 years.
Wow.
Seems like it's been 2 years. Last month we were up 44% over March of 2023. And we're very proud of that. I know a lot of
That's a
dealerships
big
are down right now,
Yes.
and we just have a growth mentality, and it's because we've got a great team, and we keep fostering. Hey, let's move towards growth. Let's do it together, and we're accomplishing good things.
That's it. And
Yeah.
folks, these have been some really good tips, and this isn't fluff. This is the real stuff, right? And when you understand that it takes a culture of love, commitment, pride, honor, all these types of things, that if you put this together inside your dealership and you actually are there every single day encouraging people to do others, I see what you're doing over there. It's beautiful. Your dealership will grow. You will be market proof. It doesn't matter what the market is. You're going to constantly grow. You're going to go year over year, better and better and better and better, no matter what's happening out there, whether we have a shortage of inventory, whether we have bank interest rates are going crazy. It doesn't matter. Give people experiences because they still have to buy cars, and make them come to you because they're scared to death out there with these crazy changes, constant changes. So be the one that makes them feel comfortable, make them feel warm, and let them know that our culture is here to help you be able to buy the vehicle of your dreams today. So I love what you're doing over there. It's an amazing thing. And we honor the Kain family, and we honor Jack Kain. What an amazing name that is, and something across the state of Kentucky everybody knows and honors. So it's amazing.
And giving a little more love to you, we have Jordan Cox jumping in again to say, "Hey Bob, love seeing you and the success of your team and their heart for people. Appreciate the capital on the end. We absolutely love you, brother. We're so thankful that you've been tuning in again. We wish that you were here for it. But yeah, this is an incredible individual that definitely misses your smile too, I'm sure, because brother, you bring some great energy to every place that you go. We do wish that you were at this event. But speaking of the people that are at this event, what are some of the things as we're getting ready to kind of tail off to the end of the event? What are a couple of the things that you pulled away?
Oh
or
man,
just one thing that you've
I was,
taken
we used a VinQ product, and I was just in Danny's. He had a speaking role there, and every time I see him, I learned something. It's
Danny's
just
genius.
the lifestyle, the life cycle of a used car is so important, and every single day we've got to look at each car and say, where is it in the life cycle, and how can I improve on turning that vehicle quicker and quicker. Probably the biggest thing I got is it's not how many days that the average time that a used car is on the market. It's the average time that a used car is on the market that it sells. And there's a difference. You got two different numbers there. And so that's what we got to focus on is how quickly we can turn that used car in order to decrease the holding costs.
Oh, absolutely.
So true.
There's because those pennies add up to dollars, which add up to a lot, right? And if you keep doing it and you find those, there's more ways to be able to help your employees get even better training, to have better facilities, and of course help the community even more. Those things add up really quick, and I think that's the impact that we all want to do is legacy. Once again, legacy, you all leave us clean. So congratulations.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
One thing you can't fake, it's the actual production of good fruit, especially over a good time. And you can't dispute fruit. You cannot dispute fruit, everybody. This is an incredible solutionary right here. And we do continue on this quest to brew with the best. And there is no question whatsoever that right here we are brewing with some high quality Car Guide coffee because of the incredible people that are the Kains that are just so known inside of this community. If you were a Kentuckian, you'd understand what we're talking about. But in the industry, it permeates throughout everything that touches people in this industry. There is a heartbeat that you guys have and a ripple effect that continues to affect us all, and we honor it. We're so thankful that you took a few moments of your education time to pour out to everybody watching, listening, and just hanging out with us, because brother, you're amazing, and we appreciate you. We honor you, and we got to fly together with you. We got to drop those F-bombs that don't offend the moms. We got to forgive, focus and fly so that we can keep growing all the time. So go ahead and get the hands on the shoulders on 3. 1, 2, 3. Forgive.
Focus.
Focus. fly,
Fly.
and keep growing, keep
Thank you so
growing.
much. Have
Thank
fun.
you so much for tuning in, everybody.
You
Thanks
guys
for
are
hanging out
awesome.
with us.
Thanks.
I'm Lou Ramirez, the Car Guy,
I'm Ferlin Art, subprime hero.
and you've been Brewing Solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast at the Kain 2024 Clients and Friends Workshop in lovely Lexington, Kentucky, with the one, the only Bob Kain. We'll see you soon, everybody. We're out.